Okay, so you just purchased your first lever action rifle and you take it to the range, you shoot it and you love it. And you say to yourself, well, how do I clean it now? You know, is there a trick to it? Well, if you own a Henry, there's not much trick to it at all. Hi, this is Lead Bullets for Life. Thanks for joining me today. And as you all know, I just purchased this Henry not too long ago. And so today I'm going to show you guys how to clean it and care for it. So we're going to need a few accoutrements. Cleaning rod, your favorite gun cleaning oil, lubricant, toothbrush, scissors, and an old t-shirt for kind of like patches. And you want to place your firearm on a nice soft little table, like a little blank towel I have here. Alright, so let's do the first thing. Make sure we're empty, and we are. Nothing in the chamber. And we're going to take our screwdriver, make sure it's a flathead screwdriver and it fits in the slots without marring up the gun. And you're going to take your lever just like this. Okay, you're going to lay it just like so. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the screwdriver, you're going to release the tension off the lever by unscrewing the bolt here. Place it to the side, like so. Then what you do is right here on the back, you're going to pull down the hammer a little bit and pull out the bolt. And it should come out just like this. Okay. Now you'll see your extractor, your firing pin hole. And what you're going to do is you're going to inspect the bolt for any kind of marring, high pressure signs, any defects from the factory. Make sure all the springs work properly. Alright. And this is pretty much how far you need to go when it comes down to cleaning the bolt. I'm going to set that to the side. So now what you have, you also have the extractor in here. And it comes off just like that. And there's a small notch here, and it just goes back in the opposite way, placed back inside. So what you should have is this. Okay, now you can put your rod from the rear to the front. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of our cleaning cloth. I might use an old brush, like an old 22 brush, and I kind of like whirl it around a little bit. And then dip a little solvent on the patch. Depending on how dirty your gun is, or how many rounds you fired, or what type of rounds you fired, right? You want to start from the reach to the front. Alright, just like so. And what you do is you take your finger like this. Once the brush comes out, put your finger like that and you just go back and forth, and that's your stopping point there. Alright. You got your bore all soaked up with hops number 9 or your favorite bore cleaner. Okay, and your barrel should look, and your cloth should look like that. All right, looks pretty dirty. From here, you can scrub the inside out of the chamber. Make sure your equipment is not soiled with a piece of hair on this one here. Alright. Drop a little bit down the receiver end. Take another cloth. Make sure you cap your equipment too, you don't spill it. $6 plus tax per bottle. And it'll last you a long time. Alright. kind of go in there with your fingers. Wipe it down a little bit. And your bolt, same thing. Kind of scrub it with your toothbrush. So you're going to get your parts soaked up. And while they're soaking, you can work on your bore. Alright, take that to the side. And we'll clean our extractor as well. Ejector. Same thing, place it to the side. And don't let your equipment drop on the floor. Alright, so you take a dry patch, do the same thing. And it fell apart. Make sure you cut your patches down the side. You don't want it too tight on the barrel. You might damage the cleaning rod. Too much tension down there. Alright. Okay, run it down the bore. When you see it come out, kind of like put your finger right here and go back and forth. I'd rather use a chemical cleaning versus a brush because you're running metal on metal. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it on the bore. You probably can't though because I got the camera in the shade, but it is pretty bright down there. I also forgot to mention too, you need to remove your brass rod out of here. Okay, so run another dry patch down the bore. Until you're convinced or until it's clean to your satisfaction. Alright. Q-tips work great. Take Q-tips and you can put them right inside the areas where it's tightest. Clean the elevator. Alright. Looks good. Let's take a look at that barrel. I don't know if you can see. Well, yeah, it's pretty clean down there. Alright, what we're going to do next, we're going to clean the loading tube and the brass tube. Okay, for cleaning the brass tube, there are a couple of ways I usually do it. I have a product called Flitz polish. It's an excellent metal polish that works for any kind of chrome, brass, anything that'll polish easily. Or I use a lead cleaning cloth, and this does wonders on copper, stainless steel, and brass. So we'll go with the Flitz method here, and what I'll do is I'll take a little dab of Flitz, and you can just dab it on the brass brush. Then you take a regular toothbrush and you just sort of run it back and forth, and it's actually agitating the brass, giving it a nice polished look to it. And you do this like every month or so, kind of keep up the look on the brass. You gotta remember too, your fingerprints have oil, your fingers have oil on them, and when you put your fingerprints on brass or copper, the acids from your hand will actually etch into the brass itself, and you'll have basically a rusty looking, and right here in this little slot here, you want to get in that really good too, you know. So The more often you do this, the less aggressive you have to be with the polishing method. Alright, so once you've done that, take a piece of cloth or napkin of some sort, of white one, run it back and forth. Make sure you got your gloves on. Remember, anytime you're using cleaning solvents, you want to make sure none of this stuff gets in your mouth or any open wounds, and you want to avoid any bloodborne pathogen issues. Alright. What do you think, huh? Pretty bright and shiny. Because you gotta remember, when you're firing this gun and you're loading it, you're gonna be touching this quite often. Unless you're wearing gloves, but even still, putting it down on a dirty table or near something that will cause corrosion, water, things like that. Alright, one other important place to clean is also the brass rod channel, right in here. Okay, water gets in there, moisture gets in there, and you can start rusting out your channel. So you have to protect that as well. So another cleaning brush and some hops number 9 should do the trick. Alright. Alright. That should be good enough. You run it down like so. Up and down. Here you don't have to worry about wearing out the crown of your gun. You want to run another patch through it again. The best thing to use is a jag. I use a regular old worn out 22 brush. Run it down again. Make sure all that old oil comes out of there, storage oil. It's not too bad, it just has a little that patina looking oil down there. Alright. So don't be afraid to use a little number 9 down that channel here. Once you got it clean, go ahead and put another coat of a number 9 on it as a rust inhibitor. Alright. Everything looks good on this end. And it's that simple, folks. It's not that difficult. So, let's go ahead and put our lever back together again. So on the ejector, you're going to have a little hole right here, and that's where the support goes in, right there. Alright, so now take your Q-tips and a little oil. There you go. Don't soak it too much, just a little oil. And what you want to do with this is you're going to run this through the channels of the bolt, areas where it makes contact. Alright. Okay. Then slide your bolt in. So you have a channel here, and this is where the ejector is going to run. Add a little oil in that. Just like so. Brace a little oil in there. And you have it just like that. Now you take your lever, just like that. Take your screw, put it in thusly, start tightening it down. Not too tight, just one snug. And there you have it, folks. Just that simple. So there you have it. Put back together, clean. I mean, look at that, just smooth action. Anyways, with proper maintenance and care, the way I just showed you, these Henrys will last for a lifetime, from the oldest to the youngest. You pass it on generation to generation. Anyways, this is Lead Bullets for Life. Thanks for joining me today. And if you care for lever actions as much as I do, you'll take care of them the way I just showed you. And like I said, they'll give you good service and years of pleasure. Anyways, thanks for joining my channel today. You take care, and we'll see you at the next video.